CNN. Tracy Ferrell stared at the boarding hotel in disbelief. It was definitely closed. Not only that, but it hadn't been open for months. Okay, never mind, thought Tracy. No problem. We have a plan B. She turned to her friend Monique, who was standing next to her, backpack in hand, looking uncertain. Right. Let's try the next one, Tracy said brightly, trying to stay positive. The two women swung their bags on their backs and set off. They were in Cuenca, southern Ecuador, full of cobblestone streets and colorful buildings. When Tracy and Monique next made their way to the hotel, they noticed that it was also closed. Not only was it closed, the door was locked tightly. There was no sign of anyone inside. Tracy's heart sank. The dog-eared one pulled Lonely Planet South America guide from his backpack, flipped through the book, and checked hotel page again. It was absolutely the right thing. This was a replacement hotel. Settled in with Tim, in case the first one is closed. And it was also closed. Tracy knocked on the door. Thought it was worth a try. Oh no, thought Tracy. I will never see him again. A meeting and a lunar eclipse. Tracy and Tim met in Ecuador in 1996. They first crossed paths in Quito, then tried to reunite in Cuenca. They are pictured here later in the Peruvian village of Ollantaytambo in 1996. It was September 1996 and Tracy was 26 years old. She earned a master's degree in comparative literature from the University of Colorado, specializing in Latin American literature. She had decided to travel around South America for a year, testing her language skills. Tracy's first stop in Ecuador, before Quito, the capital of Cuenca. She found herself in the Quito branch of the South American Explorers Club, a USBASED organization with clubhouses in cities across South America. Tracy sat at a table in a quiet back room of the Quito clubhouse and fished some postcards from her purse. She spread them out on the table in front of her, ready to send them back to her family in the USA. Trying to figure out how to summarize her journey, Tracy saw a man on the other side of the room, his head in a book. Just as Tracy's gaze settled on him, he looked up. Our eyes were locked on the table, Tracy tells CNN Travel Today. Then, a dog, a German shepherd who lived in the clubhouse, ran into his room. The man put his book aside and began to pet the dog enthusiastically. I love a man who loves animals, Tracy says. I made a speech. This was Tim Zych, a 32-year-old New Zealander who has been teaching in London for the past few years. When he met Tracy, Tim was enjoying a 6-month travel furlough, unsure of the next step. I didn't really have any plans for the future other than traveling while I was still relatively young and motivated, Tim tells CNN Travel Today. I assumed I would end up living in NZ. Tracy and Tim chatted for a while, and they both found easy company, even though Tim says he was a little intimidated by Tracy's